everybody, Benedict here. Today I've got the Harley Benton Mighty-5TH with me. It's a small little tube amp, 5 watts, and the cool thing is you're able to select the output volume and dial in from 5 watt to 1 watt and 0.1 watt. Exactly. And the cool thing is though, you're able to play this thing in your bedroom, not having it extremely loud, ripping off your ears. You can actually get in some distortion going and kind of like back off the volume with that switches there. Back here. At the moment I think I'm running it at 1 watt, which is kind of like a louder bedroom level, I'd say, and which is kind of like perfect. My setting right now is got the volume like past halfway and you're getting some nice distortion going. So and of course, this setting is also great for playing more sensitive kind of stuff. Let me show you it. These kind of dynamics, you just only get them if you use a tube amp and giving it like a little poke and getting it on the edge of breakup. Actually, it's a little bit over the edge of breakup. It's actually breaking up. And I was only using a delay pedal, my guitar, and the amp, and that's pretty much it. And it's so much fun to play because the amp is not like, it doesn't feel stiff. It actually is like a little spongy, and you can get away with some minor playing issues, but it's still, it's so much fun to play. You need to check it out. Yeah, another cool sound, of course, is it can do clean sounds, of course. Let's hear them. Let's give it a little bit more bass. Roll back the top end a little bit. Yeah, I forgot to mention this is a 1-channel amp. So 1 channel means if you have the volume all the way down, you're not getting any distortion. And of course, it's quieter. Let me turn off the delay. But if you crank it up a little more, you're getting some nice warm clean tones, which are perfect for kind of like using your pedal board, running all different kinds of effects, delays, distortions, overdrives, whatever into it. But I like it more on the dirty kind of side, so with a little dirt and sleaze and overdrive into it. So you see, that's not perfectly clean, but it's, I don't know, it has more character in a way to it, just more character. And yeah, let me switch to the guitar. Okay, so here we are again. And one thing to keep in mind, if you're using a guitar with humbucker pickups, you'll need to turn down the bass. That's just the way it is with these amps. Humbuckers just have more output and therefore more bass most of the time. And if you're pushing the amp too hard, it will start to get floppy if you don't turn down the bass. But it stays nice and tight if you turn it down. And here we go. So let's turn up the treble a little bit more. See, you have sustains for days, and that's just like because the tubes are really distorting and giving that nice compression. So I like to show you one more thing. It's like if you really crank the bass, it's actually, and turn down the treble a little bit and giving it a little more push, you actually can get like fuzzy sounds out of it, which are pretty cool as well. So you see, if you know what you want to hear, you can actually get it out of this amp, which is pretty cool. Just keep one thing in mind. If you want to fuzz out, crank up the bass. If you don't want to fuzz out, turn it down. Simple as that. And of course, as I showed you, it does take pedals pretty well. Let's get a more tighter setting going and crank on the overdrive. It's without it, now with it. So the overdrive does also help to decrease the amount of bass that sees the amp, therefore giving you a tighter low end. And yeah, one more thing, let's hear the different volume settings. We're now on 0.1 watt, which is super cool. So you actually can hear my pleck is as loud as the amp. 1 watt. And 5 watt can actually be pretty loud. I think in the 5 watt mode you can actually get away with it if you have a drummer in your band that's not too loud. I think the amp can handle it. If you're using it with like the distortion of the amp and not using it in the clean mode, because then 5 watts, and if you want to run it clean there, it actually is not that loud there. Yeah, that's the Harley Benton Mighty-5TH. If you have any questions, please write it down in the comments below. See you next time. Bye bye.